Welcome to the 1000 Maws of Toto, one of the lower dungeons, and we are going to go ahead and get started. As always, don't forget to use your tank stance, and we're gonna head off. As you can see, used my ranged attack followed by provoke, and we're just going to pull these first two mobs right here to this first photo cell. Using the enemy list, picking up aggro on the this mob here. I can tell that I needed to pick up aggro because of the green icon on my enemy list. I'm going to go ahead and move on down the road here, and we'll pick up the next two mobs. Ranged attack, provoke, and on we go. Right now I'm going to go ahead and use arm's length because I'm heading into the next pull, and now anytime I get taken down, anytime something hits me, it's just going to stay back there. See how far away it is? And we'll go right here to the next photo cell. Now I'm going to start using my Aoe Attack because there are at least 3 mobs present. If it's less than 3, I use my single targets. Alright, we have 2 photo cells, we have 1 last sapling to kill, and on we go. Picking up aggro here. 1 more to get aggro on, looking at my enemy list again. There's all 3, and then I'll just go ahead and pull over this 4th one right here to the photo cell. Well, we have 5 mobs on us now, so I'm going to go ahead and use Rampart. This is a good time to do that. This will reduce the amount of damage that I'm taking, making my healer like me. I like it when my healers like me. Got some pretty good DPS here, moving right along. Did we miss a photo cell? Is that my fault? That happens here sometimes. Is it in here? No. Kupapo is up there. I don't know what he's doing. Is he getting the 4th cell? He is. Alright. First boss, here we are. And it doesn't really matter how you pick up aggro here. Attack it, use your ranged attack, or whatever. It really doesn't matter. I'll use a couple of cooldowns here, but this fight's already half over, so there's not really too much to talk about here. It's all just about moving on down the, following the path on the mini-map, and just picking up aggro. That's it. Using that enemy list to make sure that the aggro is on you. Away we go. Maybe? Nope, gotta use the terminal. Oh, somebody else is using it. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep on using it just in case they back off, and we're good to go. Alright. Again, following my mini-map, just going straight. I don't need to use arm's length here just because it's only 2 guys. They're not really going to deal a whole lot of damage. As you can see, they're only doing 35 a hit, so no big deal. But we will stop here now that we have 4 mobs on us. This is a good point to do some AoEing. Don't need to use any cooldowns here either. We're fine. I think we should have gotten a photo cell by now. There it is. Okay, next pull. 3 guys. We can go ahead and use arm's length and move on to our next pull, which is going to be this way. And this should be fine right here. I'm going to go ahead and use 2 cooldowns, which is going to be Rampart and Reprisal, just to keep that damage down. Should be picking up another photo cell soon. There it is. Kill it. There we go. Okay. Jump up there. One of the few places you actually have to jump to. I'm actually going to fight this one here. I'm not going to train it, and the reason why is because it has a ranged attack, and it's just going to be weird. It, like, follows you, and it lags behind. Like, just kill it. It takes a second, and then you don't have to worry about it again. The fourth photocell that we need is actually on the other side of this web here. Only a couple of dudes. 3 guys here. All right. Oh, as you can see, I almost lost. I did lose aggro there on one of these little spiders, but that's okay. My Aoe attack successfully picked up aggro on everything. As you can see at these lower levels, all you're really doing is just using your Aoe attack as much as possible. Everybody else is going to do the, the hard work for you. All you have to do is just keep on Aoeing. And now we're going to swing over to the left over here to get the fourth photocell, which is right there on that wall. I'm going to do my little combo there just because I felt like doing it, which was my ranged attack followed by provoke. Now I have full aggro, and I'm just going to use my single target abilities because there's only 2 dudes here. I only use my AoE abilities when there are 3 or more. Heading on back to the boss now. We have all 4 of the photocells. There it is. I don't need to use any cooldowns here. I'm just gonna kill the boss. And when I say cooldowns, I mean my defensive cooldowns. Got a couple of ads that have spawned, so I will go ahead and use my abilities on them. Lost aggro there, picked it right back up, not a problem. Just using my AoE ability. You can also just burn the boss down here. You don't really need to worry about the ads because this is a very low-level dungeon and nothing really deals a whole lot of damage to you. As long as you have decent gear. Let me caveat that. Alright, now we're heading into the stupid part of this dungeon where you are constantly slowed down just by walking. That's always fun. And I'm going to continue to use my ranged attack on the fleshy pods just to trigger them. Can't really bring... Oh, I lost aggro there for just a second. We'll AoE and get everything back on me. Here we go. So really, I'm just watching right here. See, I lost aggro again. And then when that happens, just keep on attacking. Okay. Fleshy pod, ranged attack, get it to explode. Flesh. I think you kind of get the idea here. You should be seeing a pattern. There's a little dude there. I'll use my ranged attack on the Selmite just to pick up aggro, and now we'll keep on moving here. There we go. Fleshy pod. Boom. Kill the mite trap. So just making slow yet steady progress through these leaden puddles, whatever you want to call them. A little bit of a tight turn there. There'll be one more coming up in just a moment. Whoever thought of this, you suck. Right here is the tight turn. And we are at the final boss. As you can see, it has not been a very long time at all. Oh, no, we're not yet. Wait a second. Yeah, we're almost there. Sorry. Wrong door. Just gonna keep on moving here. All right, we're here at the toward the end. I'm gonna use a couple of cooldowns now, Rampart and Reprisal, and we'll get that damage down as low as we can while there's lots of dudes wailing on me. And you know, this is a really simple dungeon. You're not really doing that much. You just follow the path that is laid out before you, and then just hold aggro. That's all you have to do. If you want to pull a couple of packs together, then you can. Just make sure you use your defensive abilities when you do that. That's really all this dungeon is trying to teach you. You don't have to worry about too many other mechanics. The other thing that you need to worry about when you're a tank is when you cross into the boss's area, look behind you to see if anybody is watching the cutscene. Don't start the fight until you know everybody has finished the cutscene. Now in this case it doesn't really matter, but it's just a good habit to build. I'm going to make sure that the boss is pointed away from my team. And that's it. This boss is just tank and spank. There's nothing else to it. Oh, there's a couple of ads. I will use my enemy list to pick up aggro on them, let them wail on me, and then I'll go back to the boss and just keep on attacking. So very little that you have to do here. See, we lost aggro on the tail. We'll pick up aggro on the tail. And again, just using my ranged ability to do that. It's all you're learning in this dungeon, really, is keeping an eye on the enemy list and making sure everything is attacking you. That's it. It's all you have to do in this low-level dungeon. It's not much else. You can just tank and spank. You lose aggro, click on the enemy list, and pick it back up. And you're done. One of the easier dungeons. Make sure you always give your commendation to someone. After you do so many, you will get some experience and some gil for it as well. And that is the 1,000 Maws of Toto Rack. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.